enabling technological transformation for a human-centric future. And I think part of that is about helping our world transition from one that values scarcity to one that values abundance. So I'm going to do three things. I just want to kind of reframe the technological context. Secondly, I'm going to talk a bit about the diagnosis and solutions to exponential future change. And then finally, I'm just going to look briefly at developing leadership skills that help us stay human. So to kick that off then, I'm thinking about some context here. And what I'm really talking about is digitization plus. Because the boundary between science and magic is blurring, isn't it? If we look at the capability of the emerging technologies, then some of them really do feel like magic rather than science. And I think that relates to two questions, one from the past, one that perhaps we should be asking now. The question from the past is, can technology do whatever we ask of it? Perhaps the question should be, should technology be allowed to do whatever we ask of it? And the reason that I differentiate those two questions is simply because of the plethora of emerging technologies and their potential to so radically change life, society, and business. So if we think about 3D printing, if we think about 3D printing materials that can change their properties, if we look at atomically precise manufacturing and nanotechnology, quantum computing, immersive technologies like augmented and virtual reality, the metaverse, blockchain and cryptocurrency, synthetic biology, human enhancement, robotics and drone, artificial intelligence and machine learning. This backdrop of technological advance that we're seeing is like nothing we've seen on Earth before. Humanity has never faced these kind of opportunities and these risks. So that's the technological backdrop. So what about a diagnosis and a solution to exponential future change that's underpinned by exponential technology development? And the first thing I'd say is that we're at a point in our evolution as a species that really does require extraordinary leadership. And what I mean by that is that in the past, we've been broadly certain about how the future might play out. And one of the advantages of that is that we've been able to reach consensus about the way ahead. That is changing. We're far less certain about the way ahead, and that leads us to struggle to reach agreement, to reach consensus. Part of the answer to that is in looking at 3 time horizons at once, looking at operational excellence, the current 12 months, thinking about the next 3 to 5 year period when we're looking at strategic planning and searching for growth, but importantly, looking at 6, 10, 15, 20 years into the future, where we're looking to design plausible scenarios. So we don't have a crystal ball, but we have foresight to help us think about the future. That creates a mindset challenge for us as humans and for our organizations. Do we do what we've always done to get what we've always got? Or do we look to create a new game, new rules? And I think the critical element here is how we as humans experience change, because we don't resist change, but we resist being changed. And that's part of our biology. Our limbic systems in our brain turn us away from change because it's scary. We need to be fearful of it. So what about developing leadership skills to help us stay human, to help us build mindsets, capability to imagine and explore our way to a human future? This is where we need to think about changing the way that we learn, accelerated learning, fostering curiosity, digital literacy, collaborative work, and we've heard a lot about that. Human-centric change, not just process or system change, human-centric change. And the way we do that, perhaps, is by embracing foresight, contextual sense-making, developing and building a tolerance of uncertainty, thinking about scenario thinking, systems thinking, and problem solving. Because a more human future is built on the foundations of a technology-enabled abundance. I hope that's helpful. Thank you.